Hey, hello. Hi, Asha, Senya, Sylvia. Good afternoon, or sorry, good evening. Okay, I hope that you can see me. It's all good. Let's see the people today. We have 71 registered people. Yadviga, Daria, Joanna, Yakub, Ola, Roby, Christoph, Anna, Olga, Agnieszka, Asha, Agnieszka, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of similar names. Gab, mm, and we have a lot more actually. Yes. Okay, good. Good evening. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope that you're doing great today. To be honest with you, I don't know what's with today, but it's kind of a bit lazy Friday. Is it just me, or I don't know, the people? I don't know. I can't really identify because I also have, like, let's say, canceled classes today, and I don't know why today Friday seems to be different. Anyway, today we're going to talk about subtitles versus dubbing. Now, of course, for those who doesn't know me yet, oh, now we have 74 people. Yay. Okay. My name is Marianne, for those who doesn't know me. Yes. And I live in the Philippines. I hope that you will like my presentation today about subtitles versus dubbing. Now, I want to tell you, when you decide to watch a foreign film and you don't understand the original language, I want to ask, do you go for the subbed or dubbed version? Speak to any film aficionado and they'll likely have strong opinions on what the right choice is, but is one really better than the other? Is dubbing really better than subtitle or vice versa? Considering the rise of the global cinema and the easy accessibility to it, thanks to streaming services, the questions of subtitles versus dubbing continues to crop up. Okay, now we're going to explore the pros and cons of each method. But before I do that, I would like to play two videos today. Okay, let me play two videos. Subtitles, sub. Oh, a lot of maybe so far on our chat box, majority says subtitles. I'm gonna play two videos. Okay, and let's watch it later on. Let's talk about it.
Excuse me, do you mind? Everywhere else is full. Not at all. I'm Ron, by the way. Ron Weasley. I'm Harry Potter. So it's true. I mean, do you really have the what? The scar. Oh. Wicked. Anything off the trolley, dears? No, thanks. I'm all set. We'll take the lot. Whoa. Bertie, what's every flavour beans? They mean every flavour. There's chocolate and peppermint, and there's also spinach, liver and tripe. George sweared he got a bogey flavoured one once. These aren't real frogs, are they? It's just a spell. Besides, it's the cards you want. Each pack's got a famous witch or wizard. I got about 500 myself. Watch it. rotten luck. I've only got one good jump in them to begin with. I've got Dumbledore. I got about 6 of him. Hey, he's gone. Well, you can't expect him to run around all day, can you? This is Scabbers, by the way. Pathetic, isn't he? Just a little bit. Fred gave me a spell that's to turn him yellow. Want to see? Yeah.
So, has anyone seen a toad? A boy named Neville's lost one.
No.
Oh, are you doing magic? Let's see then.
Sunshine, daisies, buttermellow. Turn this stupid fat rat yellow.
Are you sure that's a real spell? Well, it's not very good, is it? Of course, I've only tried a few simple ones myself, but they've all worked for me. For example, Oculus Reparo. That's better, isn't it? Holy cricket! You're Harry Potter! I'm Hermione Granger. And you are?
Ron Weasley.
Pleasure. You two better change into robes. I expect we'll be arriving soon. You've got dirt on your nose, by the way. Did you know? Just there.
There you go. I'm gonna play another one video. All right. There's another one. Oh, now we have here dub from Ola. Okay, let me play another video for today. And here it is.
Witam pana profesora. Czy to aby prawda, Albusie?
Niech on się ruszy!
Rusz się!
Rusz się!
Ale on śpi!
Gamon jeden.
Coś takiego. Ty jesteś Harry Potter. Ja Hermiona Granger. A ty kto?
Jestem Ron Weasley.
Fajnie. Załóżcie lepiej czarne szaty.
Widzieliście go? Gdyby tłuściok tego nie zapomniał, pamiętałby, żeby lądować na tyłku. Oddawaj to, Malfoy! Nie! Schowam ją i niech sobie Neville znajdzie. Może na dachu? Za wysoko, Potter? Strach cię obleciał?
Harry, nie można. Pani Hucz nam zabroniła. Poza tym nie masz pojęcia, jak się lata. Co za kretyn.
Na przekątną.
Co on powiedział?
Przekątna.
No to koniec.
Wyglądasz jak kocmołuch. Czegoś szukał na nokturnie. Paskudne miejsce. Lepiej się tam nie pokazywać. Jeszcze pomyślą, że coś kombinujesz.
Zgubiłem się.
Mama szaleje za nim.
Jeżeli z soką jest coś niedobrze, to ze szczeniakiem będzie tak samo.
Zamknij się! Stul pysk!
O mój drogi chłopcze. Mój drogi. To jest ponurak.
Pochulak? Co to jest pochulak?
Nie pochulak ośle, tylko ponurak. Przyjmuje formę olbrzymiego widmowego psa.
Co chowasz w kieszeni?
Prawda, że wspaniałe? Są policzone?
Naturalnie. Aż 36.
36! W zeszłym roku było 37!
No tak, ale niektóre z tych są znacznie okazalsze.
Z tego mam to w nosie!
Czekaj, to zrobimy tak.
Here you go. Here it is. So anyone? Not really, Sylvia. It shouldn't be in Polish. It's just that I'm showing you different two different videos for today, as what we're going to talk about is actually dubbing and subtitles. However, I can only see myself. Can you see the video, by the way? I mean, the presentation. I can't see the presentation. Can you see the presentation? I can only see myself. One moment. Let me refresh a little bit. I'm gonna refresh. Stay there. I'll just refresh and see to check the presentation. Yeah, the presentation is not here. Me too. I don't know what happened. Here it is. Sorry. Here it is. There. Okay. Yeah, now here it is. I don't want my face to be there. Yeah. Okay, good. Now here, which do you prefer? Yeah, subtitles or dubbing? Before we delve into the comparison between subtitles and dubbing, it's useful to understand what they actually are. Okay, I've showed you two videos for today. And then, of course, I can see here that we have different opinions, different different preferences. Yes, I can see. Well, let's take a look first at the difference between the two. Okay, the difference, so we know that subtitles are text that appears on the screen, usually at the bottom, which transcribe the spoken audio of the show or movie. Yeah, they don't usually describe sound effects or music except when they're essential to the plot. Now, subtitles are often used by those who are hard of hearing and to ensure they don't miss any dialogue. However, subtitles also have other application, like when the media is poorly audio mixed, or if a character is speaking with an indecipherable accent. So if you want subtitles, let's say, for example, the screenplay, transcript, or dialogue is translated into another language and the words are superimposed over the video or film, the subtitles are often displayed at the screen's lower part. Yeah. Now, while dubbing is when the original spoken dialogue throughout a movie or show is replaced, usually in different dialogue in post production. Since dialogue is nearly always recorded in its own audio track, it means that audio engineers can switch the dialogue while preserving any other audio. In video and film production, dubbing is the post production process. Voice actors are used as dubbers, okay, to replace the original voices of actors with dialogue using voice actors who speak in another language. The new audio is mixed with the original sound to finish the soundtrack. That's the difference between the two. Later on, we're going to, have these pros and cons between subtitles and dubbing. And then let's figure out which is better. Yeah? Okay. All right then. Yeah, why not, Roby? Yes, it's true. Now, Game of Thrones sometimes had subtitles when they were. Oh, I see. Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Why are subtitles and dubbing important for foreign films and shows? So perhaps the latest one that was really trending not long ago is this Squid Game. Now I believe there's another one. All of Us Are Dead. Yeah. Okay, so thanks to the dominance of Hollywood, nearly all blockbuster films are produced in English. Look at this list of top of box office films like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. You'll be hard pressed to find one that wasn't. But if you only ever watch movies and shows produced in your native tongue, you're missing out on a wealth of interesting global cinema. However, unless you're talented enough to be, let's say, multilingual, you won't be able to properly appreciate foreign language media without some assistance. That's why subtitles and dubbing are so important. It means you can watch so much more, be exposed to different ideas, and enjoy the world stage. Streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, maybe you know it, yeah, and Hulu have made it easier for foreign language productions to find a global audience. Whereas before this would have had to go through the tricky process of finding local theater distributors, these services can now broadcast foreign movies and shows in every country simultaneously. You know, maybe you know Lupin on Netflix, Money Heist on Netflix. Yeah. So they found a large audience that they likely wouldn't have otherwise, thanks to Netflix wide availability and support for subtitles and dubs in many languages. Some even go on become cultural phenomenon like Squid Game, for example, which is one of the most popular shows on Netflix, period. It was the only available, if it was only available in native Korean tongue, that wouldn't be the case. And we're so glad that it's actually in English. Yes? So now let's try to talk about the pros and cons of, let's talk about first subtitles. Yeah? Pros and cons of subtitles. If you want to enjoy the movie or show in its purest form, then subtitles is the way to go because nothing has been altered. It means, what I mean is like you can listen to the original voices and pick up on the tone and nuance intended by the actors and director. Subtitles are excellently for accessibility. Sorry. Subtitles are excellent for accessibility. Okay? If you're hard of hearing, a dub serves no use. Subtitles mean that you can enjoy the media without issue. Subtitles can help when learning a foreign language. You can listen to the original dialogue and read the subtitles simultaneously. You might not realize it. You might not realize it, but your brain will start linking the words together. The final positive for, subtitles is that they're usually more accurate to the original script. That's because dubs tend to alter the script to try to have the audio match to the mouth movement. Yeah. With subtitles, you're enjoying a mostly unfiltered experience. So, studies have shown that reading subtitles is more efficient than listening for both children and adults. So, in this context, it makes sense to think about subtitling as the most suitable method of translating video content. Subtitling is easy to process and allows viewer to follow the narrated events, even in the presence of environmental noises. In fact, the point that written text distracts public attention is more myth than exact science. Yet, I understand things aren't that simple. Yeah, people often have preferences for subtitling or dubbing as a result of their previous habits. In countries, I believe when there's a long dubbing tradition, like in France, in Spain, in Russia, the public has difficulties following the text on the screen. They prefer foreign films, programs, and videos to use voiceover to translate content. And I learned that in Poland you have this lector. Yeah, we call it lector. Although I'm not really knowledgeable about lector, maybe you can share something about that. Is it something like dubbing? I'm not sure. So, on the other hand, a high number of population prefer subtitles over dubbing. People don't get distracted by the text at the bottom of the screen because they've developed an automatic reading behavior. Yeah. So, at the same time, subtitles keeps the voices of the original actors. Yeah, this is the best part because to make your content, to make the content or the movie available for a foreign public, while dubbing doesn't allow viewers to hear the real intentions or the tones of voice of the original actors. Yes, so in that way, this is like kind of maybe it needs a lot of money, all right, budget when it comes to dubbing, I believe. Yeah, the disadvantage of subtitles, however, they do have their downsides too. The primary reason is that they can be distracting. You might end up with your eyes glued at the bottom of the screen, which means you miss out the action. Yeah. With all that reading, you may start to feel like you're not truly immersed in the movie or show. Yeah. While you might hear the emotion in the dialogue, you can just easily miss subtitles in acting or the visual storytelling. Yeah. So if you're let's say a slow reader or young, yeah, subtitles can be hard to follow. You can't look away for a moment without missing some dialogue. That's the cons. Well, we're not finished yet. Let's talk about dubbing. So you can learn more from subtitles. You hear everything and see how the words are written. Exactly, Gab. You pay attention on subtitles instead of the view. Correct. You can hear original track and lector, but original version is. I see. Thank you, Gab. I understand. I see. Mhm. Watching movies and series in a foreign language is good for learning pronunciation. Exactly, Dominica, which is also I'm doing. So, pros and cons of dubbing. The advantage of dubbing is that you don't have to read anything. Yes, so it can feel more immersive. You can sit back, relax, enjoy the movie like any other. So dubbing can be especially beneficial for animation, yeah, when there's minimal discrepancy between mouth movements and spoken words. This can be harder to disassociate in live action dubbing. So dubs can also help aid with familiarity. Since you're hearing your native tongue and don't have to adjust to another language, it can help you become quickly engrossed in what you're watching. But the disadvantage of dubbing is that they're often produced without the input of the original creators. I mean, the voice actors doing the dubbing might not match the tone and style that was intended. So you're not getting an authentic experience. Exactly, unnatural. Thank you. Voice acting is a unique skill. Don't get me wrong, it's a unique skill. Yes, separate from physical acting. They are really good. If the voice actor, let's say, is bad or poorly directed, it can thoroughly ruin what you're watching and take you out of the moment, regardless of how good everything else is. If you watch lots of dubbed content, you might notice the same voice actors appears time and time again. It can be distracting to associate the same voice to different people. Maybe you have noticed that because maybe you've got shows or films that are dubbed in your language. Yeah. So while this is often forgivable in animation, which benefits from exaggerated voices, it's harder in live action. Dubs can also be annoying because what you're hearing doesn't match the mouth movement. Yes, of the circumvent is the script is usually changed to closer match what's on screen, but that's another downside. Since then you're hearing a filtered version of the original, it could change the meaning of scenes entirely, and it costs more and needs longer turnaround, unfortunately, because of course in both cases, they need to train the translator to come up with good version of the original script. So therefore, that is why it is not really like the best when it comes to monetary budget. Yes. Besides the translation costs, dubbing requires professional voiceover. Yes, a studio, editor, post-edit specialist. Subtitles requires less effort, so the cost will also be lower. So with no time needed for recording and editing, turnarounds are faster with subtitles, and it will reach its target public quicker when choosing subtitle over dubbing. So after saying all of that, yes, Gab, in my opinion as well. Maybe it depends. There are times that when I'm watching some films in Bollywood or from Bollywood or some Asian countries, some other Asian movies, dubbing sometimes is okay because even the subtitles, unfortunately, they are inaccurate. So which is the winner? Which is the winner? It's all about the target audience. Okay. When choosing the right method of translating videos, you should think mostly about the audience. Even if a specific population seems to appropriate one method over the other, carry out deeper research before making your decision. Ultimately, the winner in the battle of subtitle versus dubbing will be down to personal preference. Okay? You might prefer subtitles for some things, dubbing for others. If both are on offer, you can try them out to see which you prefer. For film enthusiasts, subtitles usually ends up the victor. However, if you think dubs are better, that's perfectly fine. You should enjoy movies and shows your way. Yes? Right. All right, then we have different preferences, different opinions over here, but at least that is the pros and cons. And then at the end of the day, it's really depends on the target audience if you want dubbing or subtitle. But then, yeah, maybe subtitles. Yeah, me too. Okay. Anyway, the winner is Lector. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, all right then. Thank you. So that's actually the end of my webinar today. So let me close it by saying nothing funnier than a reality show where everyone's speaking English, yet they still need subtitles to be understood. Isn't it funny? All right. So that's actually about my webinar for today. I hope that for those who are undecided, you're able to at least see the pros and cons, whether is it better to have subtitles or dubbing or lector. Yeah. Lector is only in Poland, or is it also available in, say, Hungary, Ukraine, Belarus? I don't know. Or is it only in Poland? We don't have lector actually. So because lector has a different meaning in English, and in our language when it comes to that. So anyone? Is it also available in other country? If I just may ask, nearby countries in Europe, in Poland. I see, I see. All right. Thank you, Gab. Thank you for others. I know that you're just there. Don't be shy. Okay, so have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll see you again next Friday. Yes, and we're going to talk about watching English speaking comedians. Yes. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to prepare and enjoy. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Okay, goodbye.